Good afternoon. Welcome back to Cooking with Carol Diane. For my friend Dar, her husband says to her, she's cooking again. Well, I certainly am. It's a nice afternoon. I hear some thunder in the background and it's going to rain, which is great because we need a lot more rain. I'm going to be cooking three things in this video, so I'll kind of piece them along as I go. But the very first one, this is kind of dinner for one tonight, just me. And the first one that I'm going to do is a cream corn casserole. I can't ever make it when my husband's home because he doesn't like cream corn, but I do. I really do. So I'm going to show the easy way to do this. First, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Start with that. Second is, yes, get a can of cream style corn. And you can have another can of regular whole corn, or what I'm going to use are these tonight that I'm going to make the exact amount that's in this can from the corn here. So I'm going to start with my little pan that it's going to go in. Isn't an 8 by 8, but it's pretty close. It's like 8 by 12, and that's fine for me. What I'm going to do is give it a light coating of cooking spray around there so nothing sticks in it. And I'm going to go ahead and pour the cream style corn in first. Get that all nice and in there on the bottom. And this particular can says it's 14.5 ounces. So we're going to come kind of close to 14.5 ounces when we start doing this corn. And anybody can do this. Like I said, if you don't have the regular canned corn, that's fine. Then take the ears of the corn here, corn on the cob. And I have a nice little gadget here that my son's girlfriend, Christina, sent to me. And darned if it doesn't work. Now you can find these on Amazon. It's got a nice sharp little serrated edge right here. And all you do is this. How easy is that? Just comes right down the corn cob and gets all that nice corn off of there. Really simple. Don't even have to use a knife. I went like this the other day when I was doing it and got the last remaining of the corn off the cob. Sometimes it goes all over the counter, and that's okay. I'm not going to sweat that at all. We just kind of pick it up and put it back in its place. So we want a little bit more than that, of course. So we're going to do another one. And just kind of come down and get all that nice corn off that cob. Oh, nice. Two. And if I was to measure this, put the corn in and measure it, which I will here. I'm already up to about a cup of the corn, just a cup in there. But we need a little bit more. So we'll try one more to make 3 ears of corn to get it up just enough, just like the can of corn. And that's what we're after. Yeah, this is a pretty handy little tool. I really like this. So 16 ounces is the 16 ounces is the 2 cups, and we're going 14.5. So I've got almost a cup and 3/4, and that's plenty. That's plenty right there. So we're going to take that now. Clean up my board here. And we're going to add that to this nice dish. Just kind of sprinkle all that in there. Said I really like cream corn. I like it with mashed potatoes. When you kind of stir it all together, it's just good. Okay, so that's blended in there, real nice. And then this particular recipe that I have calls for a cup of sour cream, or if you don't have sour cream, the substitution for sour cream is yogurt. And because I do have yogurt, I have my Greek yogurt here, that I'm just going to put 1 cup of the sour cream. Fresh, nice, or not sour cream, excuse me. I have that on my brain, obviously. If you don't have sour cream, what you can use is yogurt, and that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to take that and kind of sprinkle it all around in here, a little evenly. Now you can mix this up in a bowl, all of it, but I'm just going to put it this way and kind of make sure it's incorporated around. All around nice and good here. And then we're going to take 1 box of the Jiffy corn muffin mix. Take that. This is such an easy little recipe. But because it's just me tonight, I want something that's warm and tasty, and this is going to be it. It really is. That in there. Kind of blend that around. Get it on the sides. And then we're going to take 1 stick of butter. Now a stick, when you get your little paper of your butter out, they're going to be marked like this. 1 tablespoon all the way down to 8 tablespoons, which is 1/2 cup, which is 1 full stick of regular butter. And we're going to pour that on all over. Doesn't that look good? I think so. I'm going to enjoy this. I really am going to enjoy this. Just kind of work your butter around into the cornmeal, because that's what it is, cornmeal. And again, you're going to bake this in an oven of 350 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes. And then when this gets done, I'm going to pop back on and go to the next thing that I'm going to cook for my dinner for 1. So I'll see you in a few minutes. I'm back once again to show you the second thing that I'm going to have with my little dinner tonight, which is going to be real simple, of some little fried potatoes. My style of how I'm going to cook them, of how I kind of like to cook them. So I'm going to, this is my little vintage, it's a small one, of a little electric skillet. And I found this the other day when I was out thrifting with my girlfriend Dar. And I like little skillets like this, I really do. I like, this one's going to be just great for just me. It's going to be wonderful. So I'm going to take, probably not quite half. I'm going to take probably about 4 tablespoons of butter and get it melting in here. I've got the temperature up to 420 on this one, and that's fine. And while that's doing that, then I'm going to take, I have 2 potatoes here, but I'll see how much I really want. I kind of like leftovers, I really do. And to make good fried potatoes, I leave the skin on because it just gives a better flavor to them. It really does. So I'm going to cut this potato in half, and then I'm going to cut each one of these halves in half again. Now I see this potato has a little flaw on it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that out, get rid of it. Same right here, just cut it out and get rid of it. And then I'm gonna take this, actually I'm gonna grab my bigger knife. There we go. Like a good heavy duty knife. Oh, we've got lots of nice butter in there now. Probably didn't need quite even that much. I'll take a little bit of that out. And then I'm going to take the potato now and I'm just gonna start cutting it into kind of little chunks here, like so. I kind of want mine smaller tonight. So I'll just kind of cut it up like that, and then I'm just gonna stick it in the skillet. Whether you're using a cast iron skillet or any kind of frying pan, the principle is the same. I could have very well have done this in my cast iron skillet tonight, but I'm saving that for my meat of what I'm going to be preparing next. So, 2 potatoes, medium size, large, whatever you think, whatever you think you can eat, or having the next day, that's fine. And that's what I'm going to do with this. I can have these definitely for leftovers. And that's what I like. I'm waiting for that rain to hit. I heard thunder in the background a little while ago. But yes, let it rain one more time. Get it nice and cooled down. It's what we need. Nice and cooled down. Okay, so that's part of it right there. Now I'm going to take some garden onions. I'll take 3. I like onions with my potatoes, I really do. I think it gives it a nice little flavor. Have some onions cooking in there. Just cut them real small. Real small. In my little video yesterday when I was, well, it wasn't a video, I just posted some pictures on my Facebook page. My friend Dar and I, she came over to see me and we decided to go thrifting as we call it, to thrift stores. We hit one and she got all excited about it. Finding little trinkets in there, and I just happened to find this. And she bought a wrought iron table and chair set, little patio one. It was really, really cute. But then I left the store first to come home, and she left the poor table there and forgot all about it. Add some salt and pepper. And so today I went back and picked up the table for her, because that's what she would do for me. She really would. So now she's got her cute little table and chair set. She can come get whenever she likes. Okay, and because this is an electric little skillet, I'm going to put the top on it. It has a little ventilation window right here, and it is open. You can close it to keep the steam, everything in there, or you can have it open to let the steam come out and get things a little bit crispy, and that's kind of what I'm after. My cream corn casserole is still in the oven. It has about 22 more minutes, and then I'll be pulling that out. And so while I'm waiting for this, and while I'm waiting for this to cook, I will catch you in just a few minutes as I prepare the meat that I'm going to have for tonight. So catch you just in a few more minutes. I'm back once again to show you how things are coming along. I have cooked the potatoes. They're coming along very nicely. They look real good and they smell really good. They really do. So I'm going to move that over for just a minute to show you that my meat tonight, what I'm having is a ribeye steak. And there's several ways that you can cook a steak, but because it's going to rain and I just don't feel like going out and grilling it on the big grill, I'm going to do this in-house on my stove. And it's gonna come out perfect, it really is. I am going to tenderize it just a little bit with one of these gadgets. And it just kind of sticks in there. Actually, I'll take it off of this. Show you that it just kind of makes a whole bunch of holes in there. And that's what I'm after. Letting that steak breathe. Just let it breathe. Okay, that's part of it there. And then I'm gonna put, this is called Texas Roadhouse Sirloin Seasoning. And I'm gonna add a little bit of that to it tonight. Not much, but just a nice little coating on both sides with that. And then of course I always add some salt and pepper, which I will, on both sides. That in there. Salt on this one. And then I'll put it back on my plate to take over to the stove area where I'm going to cook it. My the baked casserole of the creamed corn casserole is cooking nicely. Now it's got about 14 minutes left on it, and so I'm gonna let that finish. These are just simmering right now of the fried potatoes, and now I'm gonna cook this big boy. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back here of my stove area. I have a nice cast iron skillet that I'm gonna cook my steak on. I'm going to add butter, the rest of my butter, and I'm gonna swirl that around in here and make it nice and melted in my skillet. While that's doing that, on the ribeye steak, if there's fat on it, I like to take my knife and just kind of come along like this so it doesn't curl up. Sometimes it curls up on the fat part. We don't want that. Just don't want that. Okay. Your skillet needs to be nice and hot. Nice and hot. Now I'm going to take this nice ribeye steak and put it in nice butter. Nice butter. I want to make sure that one side is really kind of seared, cooking nice before I ever turn it over to the second side. So we're still going to just let that butter nicely melt in there. Real nice. And it is. I'll pop back on again when it has cooked where I want to flip it over. So hang on a minute. Okay, I'm back to show that my steak, if you take a little peek on the end, it's looking real nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over. And that's what I like it to look like, just like that. As I go along, because of the butter that's in here, I will take it and I will baste this steak all on top, really nice. I already have my seasoning, but I put that on earlier, and the salt and pepper. So now all I need to do is let this nice steak cook. I like mine medium well. I don't like it where there's still blood and everything in my steak, but I like my steak about medium well. So I'll let that cook. Probably it's only going to be about 5 more minutes and it'll be done. So I'll check back with you in just a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to show that my little ribeye steak is done as far as what I want it to be. Really, truly. This is a nice little steak that is going to be very, very tasty. So now I'm going to show you the rest of my meal of what I've put together tonight. I'll be right back. Well, here I am at the end of the little video going to show you all that I have cooked for my dinner for one tonight. It smells pretty good, I gotta tell you. It really does. So I'm gonna start with the ribeye steak that came out wonderful. It really did. So that's number one. The cream style corn, which is still hot, came out looking like this. Very nice. And my little fried potatoes in here, which I will unplug because they're all nice and done. I can stick them in a nice little bowl. Get them out of the pan here. Smells pretty good. Whether I was doing this out on the campfire or now just doing it in my own kitchen, every now and then I like to have some fried potatoes, and tonight's going to be one of them. So I'm going to put it on a plate, my little dinner. I'm going to first start with the nice cream corn casserole. Oh my gosh, that looks so good and smells. It's really, really nice. It really does. Then I'm going to get a little scoop of my fried potatoes here. That looks pretty good too. And my nice steak, of which I usually cut something this large in half. And that's my nice little steak for dinner tonight. Won't that be good? Won't that be really, really good? I can smell it. Oh, it just smells like heaven. It really does. If heaven had a smell, and I'm sure it does. So here's from my kitchen to yours. It is a simple little dinner tonight for one of the ribeye steak, fried potatoes, and the cream corn casserole that I'm going to enjoy. I hope your day is going as great as mine, and I'll catch you next time on Cooking with Carol Diane. Bye-bye now.